Hello. This is quite funny. We are on the graphic studio stand at the photography show, and I'm going to be giving you a little pill of a talk, just a tiny little booster on how to run your business like a business. So I'm talking to all of you. I'm talking to people who want to turn pro. I want to talk to people who've been in the business for a while, and even people who've been there for a long time and may have lost track of a few key points that are going to be really useful to keep in mind. We don't have a lot of time, and we'll make it short and snappy. So, run a business like a business comes from one of my favorite quotes. It's not mine. I don't know whose it is. If you know it, let me know. But I tell it to all of my students in all my courses, and it's run your business like a business, and it'll pay you like a business. Run it like a hobby, and it'll cost you like a hobby, right? That is the foundation of everything. And the first thing that we need to remember when we want to run a photography business, whether we start or not, is that your passion is not enough. That is the first. It's the only bit of bad news I'm going to give you. But it's not bad news, because your passion is absolutely key, obviously, to get you through the tough times. That's how we get through tough times, because we have this thing that we want to do photography. We can't stop. And so that's really important. But the problem is that a lot of people, especially new photographers, they come into it and they think that passion is enough. You're totally passionate. This is all I want to do. I'm so in love with this. I'm just going to change the world through my photography. And you may very well do. But it's just not enough, because it's a business. It's not a hobby. So if you're running it like a hobby, that's great. Your passion is going to be fine. You're going to make some money. You can charge people a little bit for what you do for them. And there's nothing wrong with that. But if you want to have a business, it's got to be a business. And you need to have that entrepreneurial mindset. Now, I have been mentoring photographers for 7 years, more or less, probably more now, on business. I've never, ever, ever come across a photographer that has become a photographer because they were an entrepreneur and had that kind of mindset. None of them. Otherwise, people with an entrepreneurial mindset, they go and start, they open a restaurant, or they start producing nuts and bolts or whatever, but they don't become photographers. We do that because of it's a craft that we love, it's an art that we love, and it's a passion that we have. And then we come up close with numbers and taxes and bills and invoices and all of that. So that's where your passion kind of goes, oh my God. And the saddest thing is when the day-to-day grind of having a business is so heavy, you put your livelihood onto your passion and you can kill it that way. And that is the saddest thing to see. So, but you can come back from that just by a little mindset shift. So just remember, your passion is great for photography, but you need to develop a little bit of an entrepreneurial mind as well to get on board with the actual, basically, money-making side of it. Because business is a business, not to be, a non-profit for the world and save lives. It's a business because it's got to make money at the end of the day and give you the life that you like, the lifestyle that you like, that you want, and take care of you, your family, your children, whatever. So that's the first thing. Passion's not enough, but it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. Second thing is know your market and move it up. So there are different market segments, and for each pocket and for each type of client. Now the bottom line is that we all start and we think we can't really charge for it very much because we're just starting, or we start putting prices down in a way that is really like picking numbers out of thin air. And then we find that it's a problem. Either we find people that don't want to pay for our photography, or we find people that keep complaining it's too expensive, or we find, and we'll talk about that later, or we find that we don't really know who we want to serve. What am I doing? So to sit down and write down what you really want to do and what sort of market, what sort of audience you want to have and build that. That is the second, not the second. So these are, I didn't put numbers on them because they're all equally important. So, but that is a really important thing. And know that you're not for everybody. You're going to be some very, very good for some people and not good at all, not a good fit for other people. And so knowing that is absolutely key to growing your business. Any questions, you can comment, do, write, you get in touch with me. Print. Do I need to say this? I've been saying this word like from day one. I took my business overnight from a fledgling, not sure, just sort of barely making a little bit, like a hobby-like thing, to a professional, making lots of figures overnight, over the course of a year, because I started printing. And not just started printing, but printing high-quality products. The obvious connection here is Graphy. I think Graphy saved my life and saved my business when I went to see them the first time, because I just got really inspired to have my work printed beautifully. And I realized that I could charge a premium because my clients cannot get this stuff. They can't print. They can't go online or to any other lab that, prints for muggles, like I call them, and get this stuff. You can only get it from professional labs like Graphy. So whether you use Graphy or not, if you're here, you probably do. But anyway, the thing is, get yourself on in that mindset of printing high quality stuff. Because if you're just selling files, you're leaving hundreds, thousands of pounds, euros, krones, whatever you have, dollars, Australian dollars, anything on the table. And because files don't have a perceived high value. A file is only as good as your name. So if you are a big photographer and you sell a file, you can sell it for a lot of money. But if you're nobody and you sell a file, the file is like, a packet of fries. It really does not. In Italy, we have this beautiful saying that is called fried air. You're selling fried air. It's nothing. It's a bunch of pixels. They get lost, it's nothing. So we don't want to do that because we can't. How can you charge hundreds of pounds for a file? It's not working. It's not going to, nobody's going to buy that. But if you, show this amazing piece of art or these beautiful prints, then it's much more likely that people fall in love with it, that want to have this physical object, and they will pay you for it. And you need to make sure that they can't go and buy it somewhere else and say, oh, you're charging me 100, I can get it for 10. No, you can't get this for 10. If you want this, you have to come to me. So print, and print right, I would say, not just print. Back to money. Make peace with money. One of the biggest issues I find with people is that we all have, me included, everybody, we all have money blocks. We have ceilings. We think that, I can't possibly charge this. This can't possibly be, that expensive. People are never going to pay this, or for my work, or for this album, or for whatever it is I'm trying to sell. And I don't like the word sell, because really it's what I'm trying to create, and give them. Because really it's not really selling in the end. But so we all think that out there, people have the same money as us, and the same values as us, and the same sort of levels of what I would buy and what I wouldn't buy. And this, I work with a lot of people, and we work a lot on this perception of money, value, worth, but also on, what is something that I would spend money on is not something that you would spend money on necessarily. What is important to me may not be important to you. That's why I say clients that are a good fit for you are clients who value printed photos, who value what you do and are willing to invest their money. And I say invest because sometimes it really is thousands and thousands of pounds. And it's an investment in keeping these memories and these portraits and this whatever it is that you do for their future. So making peace with money is an inner work. It's an absolute inner work. And it's a work that everybody has to do. Because if I think that, I may think that spending £100 on a pair of shoes is a lot, or some people spend £500 on a pair of shoes, thousands on a handbag. If I love handbags, yeah. If I don't, I'm going to think, oh my God, why would you spend all that money on a handbag? So we're all different. We're all prepared to spend money on what we like. But another mantra in my course, Outside the Box, is people will find money for what they want. Always. If you think about it, always. People always find money for what they want. There's a million iPhones out here, Pro 13s, 14s, whatever number they're on. It's like people will buy what they want. And so people are prepared, absolutely prepared to pay good money, solid money, lots of money for what you do. Of course, you need to provide the quality, the service, the whole shebang around it. But if you do, then there you go. You have a successful business. So make peace with money, work on that. It's an inner work and it's really important. Last but not least, have fun. If you're not having fun, your clients will sense it. They're not going to like you. They're not going to come to you. Have fun in your business. If you're not having fun, sit down, take a weekend off, take some time off, regroup, recoup, get your journal out, start writing stuff out. What makes you tick? How do you want to run your business? You don't have to run it like everybody else. You can run it in your own unique way. I definitely don't run my businesses like, these are my notes. We put this together 10 minutes ago because I thought, oh, you're going to have slides. Let's make slides. Literally, while we're having a burger, it's still a bit sticky. But, it's you can run your business any which way you like. You don't have to follow the rules, the funnels, the ideas, whatever it is. Even the marketing, you can really get it flowing out of sort of yourself. And then it will work because then you'll be a magnet. I don't like to be like hooking, fishing for clients. I'd rather be a magnet and have people just be attracted to me because of who I am, because of how I do my work, because of how I talk, because of how and the fun I have in my business is something that, everybody's stopping now because we talk about fun, people stop and they listen. It's how you do this that really works. So maybe this is number one, first thing, never lose the fun. I know there's some bits of it are hard going. They can be a bit, there's like accountancy or the banks, whatever. But, when money comes in, it's actually fun to do accountancy because it's like, woo, look at all this. So this is how we want to work. And that's it. Short, sweet, 5 major things. I hope you will work on them. I hope they're useful to you. You can, here, have I had a thing here. Actually, you can scan this. Can you see this? There you go. And there's some goodies there. One of the things we're doing is this samples with Graphy with a really good discount. It's called the Fab Selection. You find it in your order form. And it's designed to do samples. Because if you don't have a sample, you can't sell anything. So there's all sorts of things in there. And if you liked it, see you soon. Get in touch if you need me. Bye.